Thank you for having me here, and it's my first time speaking at KubeCon, so I'm super excited to bring what we have done in Prometheus Operator. So my work is about, I will sum up all the recent additions that we have had in the last year, all right? But before I begin, let me do a quick introduction. I'm Ashwin Sriram. I'm working as a maintainer at the Prometheus Operator, specifically towards the documentation website. I started working at Prometheus Operator last year as a GSOC mentee. I'm a final year student just completing my university work, and I will be joining as a software engineer at Deutsche Bank. Yeah, so let's get started on it. So this all goes back to September 23, where a fellow maintainer of mine, Simon, he mentioned about the goals that we had at the time, and these are the topics that we are going to discuss about. So let's first start with shard autoscaling. So let me tell you the problem. So if you imagine you're working on a production level environment, the load is dynamic, right? The cluster, the targets might scale up from hundreds to thousands in a matter of hours. So like you might end up causing two kinds of situations. Maybe you might end up causing a crash because the load increases rapidly, or you might end up over-provisioning the resources, and you might waste your resources, right? So that's where shard autoscaling comes in. Just as it says, it can automatically scale the shards using the resource or custom metrics, and you need HPS to implement that. The HPS operate on a scale sub-resource provided by Kubernetes, and there are two things that we need to be worried about: the graceful shutdown in both the modes that we have, the server mode and agent mode, because they both operate a little differently. So you need different strategies for that. Let's say for agent mode, you don't have a querying option, and you don't have a local storage. So you just need to remote write the data to a long-term storage. So that's all it takes, right? You need to flush the remote write queues. And coming to server, this is a little complicated because you have local storage and you might end up losing some data, or your user might want to query some data that might have been scaled down and you cannot have visibility on it. So for agent, we just implemented remote flushing the queues, but for server, we have a different policy, shard retention policy, where we retain the pods that have been scaled down for a temporary movement, and this helps in avoiding the data loss. But there is a limitation to use it to its full extent, because you can see that PVCs are not automatically deleted, and if someone wants to join in and help us on that, that would be great. Yeah, scrape classes. I will start with the example, suppose you have a situation where you want to scrape pods in an STO mesh with strict mutual TLS. So for that case, you might need to mount the TLS certificates in all your scraping resources. For that, you might need to write the same kind of configuration every time you need to authenticate and monitor. So to extract that problem, writing it repetitively, we can just use scrape classes to define it once in the Prometheus resource, and then use it as a field in all the pod monitors or service monitors you have. It's kind of similar to storage class, just define it once and refer to it by its name. You can check out this lightning talk I mentioned. It talks about the example that I mentioned here, and Nicholas was the one who created this feature, so it's good to listen from. I'm sorry. Oops. Yeah. This is a very new feature, POCTL. As the name suggests, it's a CLI for managing the resources by Prometheus Operator. And similar to kubectl, it's but you have Prometheus in mind. So just rather than writing your YAML manifest of deploying a service monitor, a pod monitor, you can just use this simple command. You can use the flags like namespace, port, and service, and boom, that spins it up. You don't need to worry about the complexity. It's very good for someone who started new. You might have difficulty understanding how the internals work. And currently, we have two types of commands, create and analyze commands. but we would love for you to experiment and give us some more feedback so that we can improve on it. These are some other additions that we did, not as major as them, but like you can see that we have become compatible with Prometheus 3.0, support for Remote Write 2.0, and we have expanded the service discovery for scrape config, and you can also enable MTLS for Health Manager. Another roadmap, like last year, now we are expecting these to be the main goals. Zone-aware sharding, imagine you have a multi-cluster kind of environment where you might end up having more traffic in one zone. So it is like, it will be good to have like a policy for having a shard per availability zone. So that's the meta issue that's the meta issue we have. You can check it out. Remote write CRD to take the complexity of remote write away from and handling it separately. Scrape config, like I mentioned before, we have expanded the service discovery mechanism. So we would like to graduate it to even beta 1. And these two that we talked about in the goals from last year. So these two are something that still are in work in progress. And yeah, so currently we have stateful set, and since agent mode is lightweight compared to server mode, so it would be good to have a daemon set feature for that. And we have a GSOC mentee, Dhruv, that is currently working on this, so you might see it as a stable version in some coming months. And coming to status sub-resource, that's also a work in progress by another mentee, Yash. You currently don't have any visibility on the status of different targets, how many targets are being scraped and some things like that. And that's a long-standing issue that we have had. So that's what he's been working on. And maybe, yeah, that would be cool if we have it in a few months. Great. So if you want to get involved, just drop in, attend our meetings, and you can explore docs. And I, as a documentation manager, like, can you help me as well? And yeah, open up here. We would love to see you all contribute there. Yeah, thank you. And you can download the slides. And if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me later. And I am also learning Japanese, so please help me learn as well. Arigatou gozaimasu.